So in the excerpt from Rosling's book, a high-ranking Indian civil servant argues that CO2 emissions need to be counted differently. So this civil servant is arguing that rather than looking at total emissions for the whole country, we should be looking at CO2 emissions per person or per capita. So if a country has a lot of people and their emissions are similar to another country that doesn't have as many people, then maybe that country with a lot of people is not doing as badly as a smaller country that has similar emissions. And this per capita CO2 emissions allows us to make a more fair comparison. And I'm just going to point out that this fraction is another example of a rate because we're dividing two quantities that have different units, tons of CO2 and population. And it's not a part over whole fraction. So this again is called a rate. Which four countries have the highest per capita carbon footprint? So that was Saudi Arabia was the 18 metric tons per person. US had 16 metric tons per person, followed by these two numbers. So I keep that 16 metric tons per person in the back of my mind. I think we will be lowering our per person emissions in the United States, but that is still a lot higher than the world average. And I don't remember what the world average is, but I think we're going to be seeing that in one of our activities soon. And knowing that the US carbon footprint is 16 metric tons per person, now when you do other calculations and see your carbon footprint, it will put it in perspective. First of all, that's too high. But second of all, if you have an activity that contributes 6 metric tons to your carbon footprint, then you know that that's a significant part of it. And finally, the ants article says that there are 20 quadrillion ants worldwide. And a quadrillion is 1 times 10 to the 15th. I just wanted to confirm the information in the article. The article claimed there were 2.5 million ants per person, and they estimated the number of ants worldwide. I forget how they estimated that. But I thought this was a fun example of comparing two quantities that are different things. So again, not a part over whole fraction, but 20 quadrillion, 20 with 15 zeros, 8 billion. And when we divide, we can cancel off 9 zeros top and bottom to make division easier, or not, and you'll get 2.5 million ants per person.